Have you ever wondered why, even after a fresh shower, clean clothes, and maybe a hint of subtle perfume, your body still carries a strange sense, something musty, slightly sour, maybe even greasy, that just won't go away? A 68-year-old woman named Margaret once told me during a consultation, "I changed all my soaps, even bought new pillows, but the smell still clings to my bedsheets every morning," and she's far from alone. Many people after the age of 60 begin to notice a mysterious body odor that lingers regardless of hygiene, and no, it's not your imagination. In fact, Japanese scientists have identified a compound behind this phenomenon called tunanol. It's an oxidized byproduct that forms when your skin loses its youthful ability to break down fatty acids efficiently. As the liver, kidneys, and metabolic systems begin to slow with age, biological waste builds up and the body sends out a signal, literally through the skin. But this isn't just about odor. When tunanol levels rise, it can also indicate that your body is struggling with detoxification. That means your liver, skin, lymphatic system, and even immune function could be under pressure. And that's directly linked to chronic inflammation, lingering fatigue, dull skin tone, and that unnerving sense that you're just not yourself anymore. I remember James, a 72-year-old retired gym teacher. He was always active but recently began referring to himself as smelling old and avoided hugging his granddaughter. Lab work revealed elevated liver enzymes and rising inflammatory markers. The key message: your body is always trying to tell you something, and scent is one of its most subtle but powerful ways. Now here's the good news: you're not stuck with this. This isn't a biological life sentence, and you can absolutely reverse this process by reactivating your body's natural cleansing systems through an anti-inflammatory diet, detox supportive habits, and simple routines that improve circulation and metabolic efficiency. For example, recent studies have shown that boosting your intake of chlorophyll-rich foods, like parsley or wheatgrass, can support liver detoxification. Gentle daily movement, such as walking after meals, lymphatic massage, or drinking herbal teas that promote kidney function, can also help eliminate the buildup that leads to this issue. And here's something even more profound: when your body feels lighter, your mind does too. Shame, self-consciousness, anxiety, they begin to fade. You reconnect not only with others, but with yourself. So if you feel like something is off in your body, trust that instinct. It's not weakness, it's awareness, and it's an invitation to adjust, not to panic. Right now, I'm going to share with you 5 powerful actions you can take today to reduce this issue, restore your body's natural balance, and feel fresh, confident, and energized without medication, without gimmicks, just real, science-backed change through small daily choices. 1. Topic: transitioning to pH-balanced body wash and the deeper truth behind persistent odor. Now that we understand how tunanol can signal deeper biological stress, let's address one of the most overlooked daily habits that could either help or worsen the issue: the way you cleanse your skin. Most people don't think twice about their soap. You've likely been using the same bar or body wash for decades, the one that used to make you feel fresh, invigorated, and squeaky clean. But now, something's changed. Even after a thorough wash, you may still notice a faint, lingering scent on your skin, your clothing, or even your pillowcase. It's not overpowering, but it's stubborn, and it doesn't go away no matter how hard you scrub. This isn't about poor hygiene. It's not that you aren't clean. What's happening is something far more complex and far more common as we age. It's a biochemical shift happening underneath your skin's surface. Let me share the story of Eleanor, a 71-year-old retired librarian. She prided herself on her cleanliness, always using lavender-scented soap she'd loved since her 40s. But lately, she'd begun to notice what she called a strange, stale note on her skin. She showered more often, even added baking soda to her washcloth, but nothing worked. Her frustration turned to embarrassment, and soon she started avoiding close contact with others. When Eleanor came to me, we looked deeper, and what we found was eye-opening. As the skin ages, its natural oils don't just decrease, they change. The sebaceous glands begin to secrete oils with a different chemical profile, including a higher concentration of unsaturated fatty acids. These fatty acids, when oxidized, create tunanol, the persistent compound responsible for that distinct, greasy, slightly sour odor. Unlike common body odor, which stems from bacteria or sweat, tunanol is the result of lipid oxidation, a process soap was never designed to neutralize. Here's the real issue. Most traditional soaps have a high pH, sometimes 9 or above, that might have worked when you were 25, but now, stripping the skin of its moisture barrier makes it even more vulnerable to oxidation, and ironically, makes the smell worse over time. Instead of eliminating the source, the soap dries your skin out, leaving it defenseless and still carrying the scent. And this scent isn't just superficial. Studies from Kyoto University have shown that tunanol binds to fabric fibers more tightly than common sweat components. That's why it sticks to pillowcases and shirts even after they're washed. In other words, this isn't just a hygiene problem. It's a sign that your skin's ecosystem is out of balance. So what can we do? Step 1 is to rethink your cleanser. You don't need something stronger, you need something smarter. A pH-balanced body wash around 5.5, which is close to the skin's natural acidity, can help restore the skin's microbiome and protect its antioxidant barrier. Look for formulas that contain ingredients like green tea extract, which has polyphenols to help neutralize oxidative stress, or witch hazel, which tones the skin gently without overdrying. But let's be clear, soap alone won't fix the issue. To truly tackle this problem, you need to nourish your skin from within. That means supporting your liver with antioxidant-rich foods, hydrating properly to support detox pathways, and getting enough vitamin E, zinc, and polyphenols in your diet, all nutrients that help the body combat the oxidative stress responsible for nano production in the first place. One study from the Journal of Investigative Dermatology found that older adults who consumed more dietary antioxidants had lower surface lipid oxidation markers, meaning their skin literally aged more slowly, and odors were reduced as a byproduct. And of course, there's the emotional toll. When you don't feel fresh, you don't feel like yourself. You might hesitate to lean in for a hug or sit too close to a friend. That self-consciousness eats away at confidence. But once you understand the why, you take back control. You stop blaming yourself and start making empowered changes. So, if you've been noticing a subtle shift in how your body smells, don't panic, don't scrub harder, just listen. Your body is asking for support, not punishment, and the good news is you can give it what it needs. Starting with the right body wash and then nourishing your skin from the inside out, you can restore not just how you smell, but how you feel in your own body. Now let's keep going, because what you eat next might be the missing piece to reclaiming your inner balance and outer vitality. 2. Topic: changing your diet, how food shapes the way you smell. As we continue our journey into understanding the real causes behind persistent body odor, let's look inward at something you control every single day: your diet. You see, after age 60, your skin isn't just reflecting what you put on it, it's echoing what you put into your body. And while many people reach for soaps, sprays, and even expensive treatments to mask the problem, few realize that the true solution may lie on their plate. Take Robert, a 67-year-old retired chef I worked with. He always took pride in his grooming, but gradually noticed a musty odor clinging to his clothes. He blamed it on stress, old pipes, even his detergent. What he didn't realize was that his beloved morning sausages and late-night fried snacks were fueling more than just cholesterol. They were altering his body's internal chemistry, making it harder for him to detoxify naturally. Here's what most people don't know: every bite of food you consume goes through a complex process of digestion, absorption, and elimination. The byproducts, especially those from heavy meats, refined oils, and processed foods, can overwhelm your liver and kidneys. When those systems are under strain, the skin takes on a greater detox load, pushing out waste through your pores, and what comes out can carry with it the telltale signs of imbalance, oxidation, inflammation, and yes, odor. This becomes even more pronounced with age. As metabolic rate slows, your body's ability to efficiently break down certain fats and toxins declines. That's when compounds, like tuninol, which we discussed earlier, begin to surface more frequently. These molecules interact with the oils and bacteria on your skin, creating a scent that no soap can wash away. And it's not just fat or fried foods. Sugar plays a silent but destructive role. A diet high in refined sugar feeds yeast and bad bacteria in your gut, leading to microbial imbalances that manifest through the skin. In Robert's case, we discovered that a daily habit of sweetened coffee and store-bought pastries was disrupting his gut flora, making him feel bloated, tired, and more prone to inflammation-related skin issues. But here's the good news: just as food can intensify unpleasant odor, it can also restore freshness from the inside out. When you shift your diet toward whole, antioxidant-rich foods, think leafy greens, citrus fruits, herbs like parsley and cilantro, you support the body's ability to neutralize free radicals and flush out excess waste before it reaches the skin. Chlorophyll-containing plants in particular act like internal deodorizers, binding to toxins and promoting their removal through digestion rather than perspiration. Scientific studies from institutions like Johns Hopkins have shown that diets rich in polyphenols found in berries, olive oil, and green tea reduce systemic inflammation and oxidative stress, two major drivers of age-related odor changes. And while it might sound daunting to change your diet, the truth is, it starts small. One of my favorite tips I shared with Robert was simply this: start your day with warm lemon water. It gently activates liver enzymes, aids digestion, and sets the tone for cleaner metabolic function. Adding just one handful of dark greens to lunch or swapping an afternoon cookie for a fresh apple can shift the body's chemistry in subtle but powerful ways. And here's something few people consider: your environment either traps or releases the scents your body produces. If you wear synthetic fabrics that don't breathe well, or sleep on pillowcases that aren't washed regularly, the smell can linger, making it seem like nothing's changed, even when your biology has. Cotton, linen, and natural fibers allow your skin to breathe and reduce the buildup of trapped oils and oxidized compounds. All of this isn't just about smelling better. It's about reclaiming your sense of confidence, self-respect, and vitality. Because when your body feels clean from within, your mind follows. You feel lighter. You move differently. You show up in the world without that quiet shadow of self-consciousness. So if you've been trying to fix your odor from the outside, and it's time to reverse that equation. The foods you choose today don't just nourish your cells, they define how you feel, how you interact with others, and yes, how you smell. Now let's move forward. Because the next step involves something often overlooked: how stress and emotional stagnation can also leave an imprint on your skin, and what you can do to lighten that load. 3. Topic: Why odor lingers in fabrics, and how to break the cycle. So far, we've explored how internal factors like hormonal shifts and dietary choices can directly affect the way we smell as we age. But now let's turn our attention to something even more subtle, yet just as powerful: your environment, and more specifically, the fabrics that surround you every day. You may step out of the shower feeling refreshed, proud that you've done everything right, cleansed, hydrated, perhaps even adjusted your diet, but by midday, that faint musty odor creeps back, and it's easy to assume your body is betraying you. But what if the problem isn't your body at all? The truth is, odor doesn't just sit on the skin. It clings to your clothing, your bedsheets, your favorite chair, and over time it settles in quietly, stubbornly, often without your awareness. This is especially true of tunonol, the age-associated compound we've been discussing. Unlike surface sweat, it binds tightly to fibers and is remarkably resistant to conventional washing. Let me share the story of George, a 73-year-old widower who told me, "I shower every morning. I wear deodorant, but halfway through the day, it feels like the smell just comes back." When I asked him about his laundry habits, he admitted he loved his old flannel shirts worn for years and rarely replaced. After some simple testing, we found elevated levels of nonanol in the fabrics themselves. The shirts were holding on to the odor like memory foam holds a shape. Over time, clothing absorbs microscopic layers of oil, skin cells, and environmental toxins, creating a perfect microhabitat for oxidation and bacterial interaction. Standard detergents often lack the enzymatic strength to break down these compounds, leaving behind trace residues that intensify with each wear. And let's not forget about the place where you spend a third of your life, your bed. Night after night, your body sheds skin cells, secretes oils, and releases moisture. If your sheets and pillowcases aren't washed regularly and with the right technique, you're essentially reabsorbing the very compounds you worked hard to eliminate in the shower. Scientific research from dermatology institutes in Tokyo and Berlin confirms this. Tunanola adheres more tightly to synthetic fabrics such as polyester and nylon compared to natural materials like cotton or linen. These synthetic fibers trap heat, reduce airflow, and prolong moisture exposure. 3 ingredients that allow odor to ferment quietly and persistently. This explains why certain shirts or bed linens never feel fully fresh, no matter how many times you wash them. It's not your imagination, it's chemistry. The good news: you can absolutely interrupt this cycle. Start by choosing breathable, natural fabrics whenever possible. Cotton, bamboo, and linen allow the skin to ventilate and reduce the chances of moisture-related bacterial buildup. Use enzyme-based detergents specifically designed to break down body oils and odor-causing compounds like aldehydes. Wash frequently, and let garments dry fully in sunlight. When you can, UV rays act as natural sanitizers. For George, we made small but powerful changes. He swapped out his old shirts, upgraded his laundry detergent, and started washing his pillowcases every 3 days instead of weekly. Within 2 weeks, he reported something remarkable: not just a fresher scent, but a shift in how he felt. "It's like I got part of my confidence back," he told me. And that's the deeper truth. Clean fabrics don't just freshen the body, they lighten the mind, because ultimately this is about more than scent. It's about self-respect, about feeling comfortable in your own skin and in your own clothes. And it's about giving yourself permission to step into the world without the invisible burden of shame or self-doubt. That said, even the cleanest fabric can't stop odor from forming in the first place. If we want to go further to stop the problem before it begins, we need to turn inward once more. And the key to that is something deceptively simple, yet deeply powerful: hydration. Now let's move forward and explore how staying hydrated isn't just about avoiding dry skin or fatigue. It may be one of the most underrated tools to neutralize internal odor from the inside out. For a topic: hydration and skin detox, pushing odor out from the inside up. Until now, we've addressed the outer layers: your skin, your clothes, your environment. But if you really want to neutralize persistent body odor as you age, the next step takes us even deeper to water and the body's natural detox engine. You might not think about it often, but your body is constantly trying to clean itself. With every breath you take, every drop of sweat you release, and every trip to the bathroom, your internal systems are working to move waste out. When that system runs smoothly, you feel lighter, more energized, and, yes, fresher. But as you get older, those processes don't run quite as efficiently. Your kidneys filter more slowly, your liver metabolizes more cautiously, and your skin, your largest organ, starts to take on more of the burden. That's when toxins begin to exit through the skin. And if they're not diluted properly, they come out as odor. I remember a patient named Linda, 66, a retired school principal who was puzzled by a growing musty scent, even though she had a clean diet and consistent hygiene. When we reviewed her water intake, the truth became clear. 2 cups of coffee, a glass of iced tea, and a small bottle of sparkling water, that was it, and she thought she was drinking enough. The problem, dehydration, is silent but powerful. When you don't drink enough pure water, your body can't flush out the byproducts of metabolism. Sweat becomes more concentrated, and compounds like 1. We've been exploring bind more aggressively to skin oils. No amount of soap can fix what begins in the bloodstream, and here's something that surprises many people: not all fluids hydrate you. Caffeinated beverages like coffee or soda can actually pull water from your cells, acting as diuretics rather than replenishing your system. That's why you might still feel sluggish, dry, or even off-smelling despite drinking liquids all day. So what's the fix? It's not complicated, but it is deliberate. Start with at least 6 to 8 cups of plain, filtered water daily, especially in the morning when your body is naturally releasing overnight waste. Add a pinch of natural sea salt or a splash of lemon to improve absorption and support your electrolyte balance, something older adults often lose without realizing, but water alone isn't the full solution. Your skin, the exit ramp for many toxins, also needs attention from the outside. Dead skin cells trap oil, bacteria, and waste, creating the perfect surface for odor to linger. That's why gentle exfoliation matters, especially after age 60, when skin cell turnover slows. Think of it as clearing a clogged drain. Until you remove the buildup, odor will return no matter how much you rinse. For Linda, I suggested a soft bristled dry brush before bathing and a weekly exfoliating wash with oatmeal or fruit enzymes. Within 10 days, she not only smelled fresher, she said her skin felt more alive and she had more energy. That's the emotional link we often forget. When our systems are clean, our minds feel clearer to dot, because ultimately, detoxification is not just a physical function, it's a mental and emotional reset. When your body releases what no longer serves it, you feel lighter on every level. And yes, the people around you notice not just the absence of odor, but the presence of vitality. But even with the cleanest skin and the purest hydration, there's one final factor still clinging to the equation, something millions of us use daily without question: a product designed to protect us that might actually be working against us. Now let's move forward and take a closer look at what may be the most overlooked culprit of all: your deodorant, and why the one you've trusted for decades may now be trapping more odor than it removes. 5. Topic: natural deodorants with antioxidants. Stop masking, start neutralizing. After everything we've discussed: hydration, detoxification, fabrics, and internal balance, there's one final piece of the odor puzzle. It's something many of us have trusted for decades. We apply it daily, almost automatically, assuming it's keeping us fresh. But what if that product, your deodorant, is quietly making things worse? Let me share the story of Frank, a 69-year-old jazz musician, who came to me not because of pain or illness, but because he just didn't feel clean anymore. He had used the same extra-strength antiperspirant for years, one that promised 72-hour protection. But by late afternoon, the musty smell he hated always returned. "It's like my body is ignoring the stuff now," he said. He wasn't wrong. Most commercial deodorants are not designed to eliminate odor at the source. Instead, they attempt to block or cover it. They use synthetic fragrance to mask scent, and aluminum compounds to plug your sweat glands, literally stopping your skin from releasing moisture. But as we've explored, sweat isn't the real problem here. As you age, your body chemistry changes, and what you smell isn't just sweat, it's DOS. No, the stubborn compound that clings to your skin due to oxidative stress. Here's the truth: conventional deodorants don't break down. In fact, they trap it along with toxins your body is trying to eliminate. Over time, that buildup leads to stronger, more persistent odors. That's why you may find yourself reapplying more often, feeling less fresh, and wondering why nothing seems to work anymore. It's not you, it's your product working against your biology. Antiperspirants made with aluminum salts block your pores and suppress a vital detox pathway. Meanwhile, artificial fragrances don't neutralize odor-causing compounds, they only try to overpower them. And when that superficial layer wears off, what's left is the unresolved problem underneath. But there's a better way, one that doesn't fight your body, but works with it. Natural deodorants enriched with antioxidants offer a different approach. They don't suppress sweat. They target the chemistry behind the odor. Ingredients like vitamin C, witch hazel, and eucalyptus don't just smell fresh, they help neutralize the reactive compounds that cause odor in the first place. These plant-based solutions gently support the skin's microbiome, break down and promote a healthier pH balance. The application method matters too. Unlike chemical-laden products, natural deodorants work best when applied directly after a shower, while the skin is still slightly damp. This allows better absorption and creates a breathable shield that supports, not suppresses, your skin's natural detox function. For Frank, Switching to a deodorant with green tea extract and magnesium changed everything after 2 weeks. He didn't just smell better, he told me. I feel like I'm finally letting my body breathe, and that's the core of it. Real freshness isn't forced, it's restored. Because what we apply to our skin is more than hygiene, a conversation with the body. Are we helping it function, or are we blocking its natural intelligence? And more importantly, when we let the body do what it's designed to do, cleanse, regulate, and rebalance, it becomes less of a battle and more of a signpost. One that tells us we're in tune, that we're listening, and that we care enough to adapt. Of course, deodorant is only part of the equation. What we eat, how we hydrate, how we sleep, it all contributes. But when you align the products you use with the signals your body gives, everything starts to change. You stop masking, you start healing, and that quiet discomfort of wondering if someone else smells it before you do finally fades. Now let's close this journey. Not with fear, but with clarity. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to listen to your body and give it what it's been asking for all along. Topic: a fresh start is always within reach, so, after exploring the science, the signals, and the everyday choices that shape how we feel and how we smell, one truth stands out. Aging is not a decline, it's a transition. A shift into a wiser, a phase of life where how you care for your body reflects how deeply you respect it. Body odor after 60 isn't just about soap or sweat. It's a reflection of deeper messages, changes in your metabolism, skin chemistry, hydration levels, and even the emotional stories you carry. And yet, with small shifts from what you eat, to how you hydrate, to the fabrics you wear and the products you apply, you have the power to change the story your body is telling. We're not here to cover things up, we're here to restore balance, to support the natural intelligence of your body, and to bring back the quiet confidence that comes from truly feeling fresh, not just on the outside, but from within. You've learned about the hidden role of tuna, the limitations of conventional deodorants, and the remarkable impact of antioxidant-rich foods, hydration, breathable fabrics, and natural products. But more importantly, you've learned that your body is not betraying you, it's asking for support. And now, you know how to listen, so let me ask you, what will you do next? What one small change will you start with tomorrow? If something in today's video resonated with you, I'd love to hear it. Drop a quick comment below, just type the number 1 if you're planning to try something new, or 0 if you're still thinking it through. Your voice matters more than you know, and your story may inspire someone else. And if you haven't already, feel free to like this video and subscribe to the channel. You can also tap the notification bell so you won't miss future topics designed to support your energy, dignity, and health after 60. Thank you for spending your time here with me. Here's to living refreshed, empowered, and absolutely about who you are. This is your body, this is your moment. Let it begin.